I was gonna say it was something aesthetic driven. This is gonna be one of those topics where it's not at all me presenting anything new, but rather me recontextualizing something we've discussed before. I mean, I suppose this is a way, but you're probably supposed to be tapping more into your Assassin's Creed-iness. Because you don't want to raise the alarm. He's being very edgelordy too. Looking like a Robin Hood cosplayer.
Okay, well.
Yeah, with a rack of ribs for a shield.
That didn't work for me too well.
Don't fail this. I don't want to do it again.
Okay.
Well, hey, he hasn't raised the alarm yet, so you're fine until he does. Okay, do you just not like this game very much? Because you don't seem to want to play it on its rules.
It's the same.
Of course it is. I think they're scripted this way.
Can he just take me to his leader? How about that?
This is a tail mission. You're not supposed to capture him or kill him. That was my mistake, was killing him. This is like it's Assassin's Creed, follow the guy until he leads you to the right information mission. Which were often the least interesting parts of the Assassin's Creed games, if I say so myself.
It depends. I actually enjoyed the...
I don't like the mechanic of following someone at a distance and making sure to not get seen. It's just... I find it too slow. It breaks up the pace. I enjoyed the concept of, like, in Assassin's Creed 1, where it was gather intel on the guy you're going to kill, because that was part of the mission. It's like you have to gather the intel so that you can plan your hit properly. I'm astonished we haven't failed this with all the people we've interacted with. None of them raised the alarm? The entire Orc Fortress saw us.
My God, the Grave Walker is here. He's out.
Whoa! I pity the fool. What's with the Mr. T Orc?
Oh!
Goodness.
Good night, nurse!
He do pity the fool. What? You're gonna tell me he's still alive?
How many times have I told you all? Never speak of the traitor openly. Let
This guy looks like I want him on my team.
Well, he's gotta have a good name. I mean,
he certainly has a good look about him.
He does, but something tells me the game's gonna make us kill him because he is the war chief. So, what's his name though? As the war chief, can we find that out?
Hold what?
I don't know. Look on the map and see if we know his name yet. Because I would certainly like to know his name. Army, I guess. I mean, is this the chief of the chiefs, or is he just one of the top guys? Oh, no, wait, no, hang on. That's him. On the side. Next to that one. Over. That's not a...
Galm.
That's not a very good one.
No, it's not a good name.
He's got a good look, though, but then again, he looks... I mean, he does look like he's trying a little bit too hard, but I don't know. Well, I guess the game's making you kill him, so we don't get much of a choice in this. Aesthetics. How was I going to tie that in? Do you remember?
I have no idea.
Did you read my mind at all? Tell me how I was going to do that?
I certainly
forgot even how the original segue into that.
You were too busy making fun of me.
I was.
I'm joking.
So it's a deal.
So it's a deal. Yes, it is. I'm about to put an arrow through your eye
That's
socket.
not going to kill him. You know that full well. It didn't even register.
Because of the little turncoat I have in Minas Ethel.
He just is like Mr. T.
Yeah, but I think he's trying to be Mr. T.
He pities the... I pity the orc. He's got a... There's a charm about him. I just like him for some reason. I don't know why.
You like Mr. T? Mr. T was only good because he was the first. Everyone trying to be Mr. T was just like, all right, yeah, we get it. You're trying to be Mr. T.
Okay.
Like being, I don't know. It's derivative is all I'm saying.
Well, that's certainly true. But
okay. I don't want to deal with these fools. Oh, where do you guys just come from nowhere?
Ranger, no time to waste.
Ranger, no time to waste. I'm just gonna leave now.
I'm just gonna charge into battle and die because I'm the only one. Where do these guys come from? Well, he's holding his own for now. we had a conversation. It was going to be tied to the conversation we had a while back about. Oh, I think our. Oh no, he's not dead. He's still alive, and he's not being hurt at all. This guy's got a very hefty health bar, and his shield, I think, is you're not doing any damage to him at all. You're gonna have to do the weird stun move where you jump over him and slice him up from behind. While preferably you don't get shot with spears.
I think I missed that one.
Oh,
That
your
was
savior
my
didn't help
fault.
you.
It was my fault.
I don't want to fight these fools, and I don't want to see her ghost face.
Wow! Even with the Gondorians on your side, you sucked. That was a harsh.
Did she use the word sucked? That doesn't seem like that would fit in Tolkien's lexicon. I don't think that was a...
Pretty sure I read it right there. Right after she lifted her skirt.
I don't want to... Let's talk about goth chicks. That's an aesthetic conversation that's not the one I was going to have, but I suppose it's worth discussing.
Okay, you want to dig yourself out of that trench?
Whoa, 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 why am I doing contextual button prompts? I don't like contextual button prompts.
I suppose you're here because of the little turncoat guy.
No, I'm here to profess my love.
I'm actually here.
That's the ultimate Bugs Bunny turn move. Just be like, no, I actually am in love with you. Then be like, excuse me? What do you want from me?
I think you landed on a little thick there, pal.
Well, I'm slicing it up.
I love you.
I'm slicing up his cheeks, so I mean...
What? You're really just digging yourself.
No, watch. I jump over his back, and then I wail on his butt for a couple seconds.
Boy, you love him.
And, I mean, it does... I just have to repeat this several times.
Seems contributory is all I'm saying.
I will explode all of your friends. Oh, even you. I didn't expect that to hurt him from that far away.
Is
Get
that
back here, get back here.
sort of weakness for him? Because he seems to be really wigging out about that.
Well, I mean, I imagine fire's a weakness of most people.
Well, yeah, but it seemed like it was an actual, like, hot button for him.
Well, I mean, it probably was hot. I think he was...
War.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't need to deal with that. I don't want to deal with your pets right now, pal. No.
Or your Caragors.
I don't like... Well, yeah, who knows what all these guys are to him. I don't want to... Okay.
That Caragor has got you...
He's stalking me quite effectively. I feel quite...
The strafe is kind of creepy.
I'm feeling quite predated upon. Can I get this guy into a back alley without his Caragor? No! I don't like contextual buttons! Well, okay! I think this is the end for me. Well, he's not hurting me, actually. Is he hurting me? My health bar's not going down.
Doesn't seem like it.
Oh! Okay, well, they're not actually that hard to kill. Never mind. Alright. Can I glaive attack his butt? Yeah. I could spank him repeatedly.
With a hammer. I'll smash it with a hammer!
You beat me repeatedly! Get over here. Show me them glutes. I don't want your Caragors! In your noodle. Not your shield.
Missed him entirely.
I don't like fighting animals and lots of people. Okay. So I slash it once, and then it seems to have a freak out. And
Show me who's worthy.
No. Get away. Can you call off the hounds? I just shot an arrow for no reason. In your bonds. Elf shot needed. I will get some. Oh, here you go. What's my advantage? Whoa, okay. I don't have any. I thought there weren't. I didn't realize there were guys who also could shoot at me. Is there anything I can make explode? Can I make these fires explode? Something tells me I can't. And the aim on this is terrible anyway, so never mind. This wasn't of any help to me. What in the name? Well, at least that got me out of here. Quick throw. Give me... Come on. Come on. Come at me. That didn't work. Okay, well, I guess we're in for the long haul here. You haven't given us any opinion on goth chicks. Were you secretly an edgy teen in high school? I was openly an edgy teen.
Yeah, I was about to say.
No, I don't want your...
I feel like everybody was edgy in
I was
some
a
form or
closet
another.
edgy teen. I was not an emo. I was just... I don't know. A nihilist. I was serious about it. It wasn't just an aesthetic for me. I really committed to the worldview. I don't like the circumstance I find myself in here. I think this is not going well. I could probably drain one of these guys for health because I'm going to need to because I'm getting shot at. You will be my blood pack. Yeah, this is taking a very long time. Oh, okay, that's a lot of health too. I didn't expect it to give me that much. Well, never mind, I'm fine. Where's Big Boy? No, get out of here. I don't like any of you. No. Get. I don't want people coming up behind me, so I want him dead.
I'm not seeing that this is...
I mean, we're just whittling down, one shaving at a time. It's a rather slow process, but I mean, he is one of the higher ups. Whoop. Oh, I can... Oh, okay. Can I make him mine? I don't really want to make him mine, though. Okay, he's got spear-throwing guys that are throwing spears at me. Why can I not move while I do this? Okay. Okay, well, he's got plans for us. Okay, can I... It took a long time to say that sentence, pal. What? That was not an interrogation. I didn't learn anything from that.
This is the work of the Witch King. He taunts us. We must get my ring back. And we will.
He's got my tablet. I think I've made that joke before.
I don't remember it. Oh. What? Is Gollum a fan of us now instead of the ghosty man? Gollum's got a knife. That is a concern. The films would have been a lot different if Gollum had a knife. Whoop, we got something.
All right, who gave Gollum the knife?
What did we get? I want my new digs. So you clearly have some insecurity about goth chicks that you don't want to expose. Is that what we're revealing?
I don't have any comments on it specifically.
Well, the only reason you wouldn't is if you had something to hide.
Yes. I was secretly a goth chick.
That checks out.
Wow.
Where's my new clothes?
Dear. They're at the goth chick's house. She's got them set aside for you.
There we go. It's purple.
It's a little gothy.
I mean, I'm not opposed to it, though. It's even torn. Looks like something Dracula would wear.
So, I mean, I certainly listened to emo music when I was in high school.
I'm just saying, we gotta. These two things together are pulling a mean 1-2 punch.
The green and purple,
Well,
think
it's
giving
turquoise-ish. They're in the same. They're both cool colors. That's how the color wheel works, I think. Who's this guy?
I can't remember. I feel
I
like
don't remember if he has a name. All right. Oh yeah. See, it's all shredded at the bottom. We're really edging it up.
We will. But first we must deal with the traitor with...
Okay. So, where's the next plot mission? I guess I thought that would take us out of this area.
She loves proud of your torn cloak.
Well, certainly, I mean, we're
I was in a
aping
band.
her style.
I was in a band when I was in high school that was very
in a
edgy.
band, severe tire damage.
Well, it wasn't quite that bad, but it was almost that bad.
What was it called then?
It was called Self-Torn.
That's worse.
It's much worse.
I don't know where I'm going now. There's no missions for me to do. They've all gone.
So I don't know whether I would I mean, the
answer is yes.
The answer is yes to all of the above. Was I a goth chick? Yes. Would I have dated a goth chick? Yes.
Well, okay. Since when do these get introduced? Pardon? Beg pardon?
What?
Okay, day. That's not what I expected at all.
It's a fire drake from the north. Cap him in the noodle.
Well, he is a noodle. Where is the noodle? what am I aiming at?
Where's his noodle?
I mean, he is just one big noodle with wings.
That's what they tell me every single time.
I don't know what. Ah, fire!
Oh, that's
Fire!
terrible. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm standing in fire. Can I jump on him from one of these?
Think furnace with wings.
Hi, pal.
Okay.
Ouch. You can't hurt me. Because I am.
Searing pain and then puff. You're nothing but a pile of ash.
This doesn't seem like this.
Dude, pull the trigger.
I did. I don't think they're hurting him. My arrows.
You need your black arrows.
I need to
whatever it is.
jump on his back or something. They don't have any. You're seriously gonna tell me they don't have a single lick of like. I don't think I'm hurting him when I do that. Hi. Can I like jump on you? You don't actually hurt me that much. Okay. Well, shooting him is the only thing I can do, but I'm out of arrows. This is like really random that this happened just out of nowhere with no sense of like context. And I don't have a means of hurting it because there's no arrows for me to get. Aha. This is the weirdest set piece ever. I don't know what we're doing. It's just, yeah, you killed an orc, now there's a dragon.
The game is like, alright, as long as we stop talking about goth chicks, just throw something in there to interrupt this conversation. Start burning their skin.
Well, okay, so these actually do more damage than I thought, so maybe.
See, I feel like goth had a different connotation when I was in high school versus you.
I don't even know what the connotation of it is really, because it seems as though all it's become is the aesthetic.
See, that's where
that's
I
not
go.
what it
That's
was.
not what it was exactly. It was very much a different level of.
How was it differentiated from the emos, or were they not?
I
really?
feel like the goths were a little less.
Hey guys, surely we all have bigger fish to fry right now. Like you got a dragon attacking, and you're just gonna attack me because what?
Emos, if I could venture a thought, it would be were more punk-ish.
No, because punks were different.
But it was like emos were like I'm angsty but I'm punk.
No,
and
punk
goths
was
were
that.
like no.
Punk was society sucked. Dude, we have okay. Talk about your
No,
goth
that's
chicks.
grunge. You're thinking about grunge.
No, punk was very much Green Day like.
No, that's Green Day to me is in the same camp as Bullet for My Valentine
Who
and
are
those types
punks?
of things. No,
Bullet for My
that's all
Valentine was a
emo.
metal band. They were not grunge. Grunge is Nirvana.
I'm
grunge
not
is,
suggesting
grunge
that they
is
were
crackheads.
grunge. Oh no, heavens! I'm
Grunge
not
is the
suggesting
drug kids. Those are the ones
that
who.
I 100% agree.
And that
with.
is not what My Chemical Romance is. It's not
No,
what
that-
Green
but
Day
again,
is either.
that's-
I don't want to
I
fight
never
Pyramid
called them
Head right
grunge.
now. We've got to. Okay,
What?
you are trying too hard.
That was a weird. Who are you?
So, freaking, this is talking about goth chicks. I got a dragon I'm trying to fight, pal. I don't need you and your dumb skirt. Where are arrows? I'm the only one who seems to have a
culturally,
concept
it was
of the
certainly
greater
different.
threat
Goths
here.
kind of had the weird vampire vibe going on.
Yeah,
the-
but I think the conflating punk and
versus-
emo, I think, is very much incorrect.
No, I'm not conflating the two. What I'm saying is
You are.
I'm saying of the... Given that I'm of that era...
Well, so am I.
No, you
They were
aren't.
still around. Oh, did I?
Sure,
did
they
I,
were on their way
Did
out,
I?
though.
Did I kill him?
Did I...
That was the most unceremonious thing ever.
he just, like,
Dragon appears.
disappeared
No
and-
one but me seems to care about it. And then it just dies with no sense of, like, wasn't that a big deal? I guess I'll go fight the frickin' drag queen. You just need to get a life, pal.
I don't know. Emo was a little more...
I felt like emo was...
Goths were more edgy than emos, I feel like.
Well, if only because emos didn't actually have a dress code. At least not that I understood.
It was
Ah!
similar, maybe.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, but not nearly to the degree.
I mean, maybe in
Emos
the
were
s-
like tight pants, black.
Yeah, but none of the makeup or the weird.
No, that's what I'm saying. Again, it was a whole nother level on a...
Elven Rage! You all get to die today! You're gonna die tonight. I'm really not happy with this Pyramid Head wannabe. Can I focus all my energy on him? Because you are an absolute weeb. Like this whole getup, pal. He looks like he's... I don't even have proper words to say about him. I just am mostly astonished he gets by with this. Okay, I'd really like to
By
stop.
with a little help from his outfit.
I was about to say he doesn't have friends, so...
Some people have their own outfits and their
Get
own
out of here.
personas.
Get
and
out of here.
outfits.
You don't deserve to live. No. You and your skirt and your dumb headdress. Well, he certainly was twisted, I'll give him that. Gruck? Grook? None of them work. Well, that was a very random side bit. Get out of here. I got no time for you. I fought a dragon, then a goth chick. I'm really confused.
What do you think about goth chicks? How quickly you skirted the issue?
I didn't skirt the issue at all. I just fought one. And a dragon. I'd like to point out I had things on my plate. I don't exactly...
What about in high school? Did you have that on your plate?
I didn't have anything on my plate in high school. I yeah.
I didn't eat.
Wow. I was not anorexic. Please, let's not spread that rumor. No, I certainly was not. No.
No.
I don't know. I mostly just asked it because it was a dumb question and didn't expect you to fight back so hard on it. That's what turned it into an interesting question. It was the cheese thing all over again.
The cheese thing?
About how you have some bizarre issue because it was started as a joke, and then because you took such offense at the question, it became a...
What, your my favorite cheese deal?
Yes.
I just think it's funny that that's your go-to. It's
Well,
like,
it's one of those
no
default, like...
discussions right now. Cheese.
Well, no, I did that once, and then you reacted funny, and then I kept doing it because it was funny. So now I'm going to start asking you about goth chicks a bunch. I don't know. I'm not of that group, and I don't know that I ever was.
What do you mean by that? What defines that group?
Well, perhaps I'm not, I don't know, perhaps I'm wrong about that because you seem to think I'm not of that era.
I just think, I certainly don't think that it's unfair to, I'm not saying that.
So now
First
I'm going
of
to
all-
comment on the dragon. I just really am,
I will
I'm
grant
still
you, that
stuck
is-
on that part of the game.
That's still a little bit
Like,
anticlimactic.
just dragon
yes.
appears, no one cares, I kill it, and not a word is spoken.
Not even like, oh, you just got an achievement. No.
It's not even like, oh, dragons, we've never seen them before. It's like, nah, it just happens. It's Tuesday.
Yeah?
Well, okay.
I guess forever.
I guess that's just... Where am I going? There's still no quest for me to do.
He was last seen shooting a fire drake over there.
Well, we're talking about it because of the aesthetic thing I was going to talk about that has escaped me because of dragons. Quests. I don't know.
Was it fashion aesthetic?
I think we had a discussion about that in one of the previous ones about,
Getting away with black trenches?
if you could wear, because I talked to it was steampunk related, That was what it was. I don't see it. Okay, so I have to go back to... That's what they didn't tell me. Thanks for that, guys. I have to go back to Minas Ithil to get the next quest. Thanks for telling me. Speaking of the punk thing, I don't know why steampunk is called the punk acronym, or suffix rather, because they all have that now. Because I based that I think was what I was going to discuss, is I basically found the rest of the weird punk aesthetics, not the actual punk aesthetic, but like the ones that have the weird names.
Okay.
Because steampunk's not the only one. Were you aware of this? Steampunk has cousins.
And their names are?
Well, there's a bunch of them, and I think it's interesting. This is why I think why I was
You're
going
just not going to divulge them. There's a bunch of them.
I'm setting it up now. I'm telling a story here. I think I'm going in the right direction. I'm not actually sure anymore. Okay, where do I go to get out of here? Am I not at the original? Okay, it's over there. I'm going to set a marker for it. Oh. Well, that feels cheap, but whatever. Are you familiar with the phrase retro-futurism? Because that's a fun word that I have learned the meaning of recently. Is that a yes or no?
I'm not. I've never heard that specifically, but I mean,
And
I can imagine just by applying.
Well, it's essentially the idea of a previous generation's view of what the future would look like. Okay, can I not leave this area? I thought I had to leave to get the next quest. Oh, advanced time. Well, that's, I guess, sure, thanks. So, like, the obvious example is how in the 60s, the prediction of the future was like everything was going to be chrome and it was all going to look like the Jetsons. Because that was that concept. And I think that that's basically the whole steampunk and all of its sort of derivatives are basically different generational versions of that. Where it's like, based on the technology that existed, what did the people think the future was going to be like? Okay, I need to leave here.
Well, I feel like
not letting me
steampunk
leave.
is more what would technology have looked like in the past versus.
Well, no, because obviously nothing in steampunk is real.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying their
But it's based on like
is
it's basically like if we never
this
developed
was-
any new technology and
Right.
we just kept developing what
That's
we
what I
have,
meant.
what would it look like? I'm very confused as to why it's not letting me leave.
These familial connections on a punk level apparently are more more about the modern perspective, or the perspective in the past of what a modern society would be.
I'm very confused as to how I'm supposed to get out of here. Is this the way I'm supposed to
So
get out of
is
here?
it something purely like what was the how did you come across this?
Because basically, I was interested in. Because when I said in the discussion we had, I was like, the style that I think is interesting is sort of the steampunk, but not all the way. Because I think the trouble with that is that it's become so much of a caricature of itself that it just looks ridiculous most of the time. And I was like, is there a toned back version of that? And so I was sort of browsing, trying to figure out if such a thing existed. And that was when I basically found a bunch of the other sort of derivatives of it. I really am confused, though. Can I get a frickin'... I mean, seriously, I'm going to have to fast travel to the next place because it won't tell me how to leave here. That was really stupid. I went to the place that normally would be the way I get out, and it just kept saying I can't. That's okay. Very weird. Basically, what I discovered is there is it's called diesel punk, which is essentially like if you took steampunk, which is very sort of a Victorian, early industrial futurist idea,
Right.
and you advance it into the turn of the century, so it's like early 1900s where the combustion engine exists and like rudimentary electricity and all that.
Right.
And I find that basically, the way I would describe it is it's like if World War I got a sci-fi makeover. And that's the thing. And I'm like, and I like that aesthetic when it's in things. Because I would argue that's what Arcane is probably the closest to. And actually, that is technically properly what something like Bioshock falls into, is that rather than the true steampunkiness. I'm finally back where I need to freaking be. And now it's going to tell me to turn right back around to go get this thing? I don't think so. Oh, is it in here? Well, okay, I might do it then. So I just thought that was interesting. Again, I've said at the beginning, this wasn't it's nothing new, but rather a recontextualization of something I had sort of come across, but didn't have a full framework of. But I just thought it was interesting, because then I went down the rabbit trail of all the other ones, because there's sort of the Jetsons era 60s one, I think, is often called, I hear the two terms, oh, I'm close, that I hear used for it is either ray punk or atom punk, which is very much like the nuclear rocket age kind of stuff, Flash Gordon type aesthetic.
Right.
Okay. Where am I looking here, guys? I see a face. Why is the face...
Oh no, dear, I don't need a fragment, I need a face.
I see two faces. There's one,
that's okay.
and there's the other. Okay. I can't imagine I'm supposed to be looking at it from any other angle. I gotta flip it 180. Oh, maybe I do. Oh, the controller says yes. I was nowhere near that, but okay. He's got a sultry walk going on. I don't know.
Not the masks she wears. Remember this, Talion.
What? That was totally context free.
Not the mask she wears.
That didn't make any sense, but okay. Thanks.
Watch out for those goth chicks.
Well, that might be good advice.
I didn't realize there was a whole nother...
Yeah, I just think it's kind of interesting, because it's essentially, basically, if you go back to... The hint is in the name of what they call it, usually. Because it's basically whatever the predominant technology was of that time expanded out into a future perspective. So it's like the Jetsons' kind of rocket nuclear age was their whole kind of aesthetic thing. There's another goth chick! Oh, it's Skak! I don't remember Skak being gothic.
Who?
This guy. He's got the dress and the weird skull things. He's not going quite as hard, but he's going.
Goobo? Night what?
Gooboo! He
Nightbringer?
looks like a gooboo. That almost sounds like endearing.
I'll bring the night to you.
Gooboo! E-gooboo!
Goobo.
I don't know. Or is it Gubba?
That's even better.
Oi, Gubba! He's a friend of Hoglick. Okay, well...
So is there other... I mean, seriously, how did you come across this?
Pinterest is a very interesting place. Pinterest is where you'll find all these kinds of things.
That and Reddit.
Because, yes, basically that... I think if you wanted a far less toxic version... Well, okay, Reddit, I suppose.
That doesn't get better.
No, Reddit, I think, is
It's maybe...
Reddit's a microcosm of the entire internet, so...
It's more...
You can certainly avoid toxicity on it, but there's also plenty of it if you're looking for it. So, I think, yeah, every problem the internet has exists in Reddit.
Reddit's more unhinged.
So it's not exactly fair. But I don't know, Pinterest it's like the ideal social media where I don't actually interact with anyone else.
Says every introvert ever.
Hello, fellas. Get out of here. Where am I? Okay. Got another clown car situation. Okay. Clown ladder. What on earth? You don't make sense. Get out. I don't like you. Pick up. Can I pick you up? Can I pick him up? That would be funny. What? Oh, okay. I am the sun god, Ra. What is this? Can I beat him with this? That would be funny.
It's like a paddle.
Whoa. Okay.
He said no.
He said, I will not be spanked with that. That's... If I was a teacher back in the days of corporal punishment, that's what I would use. Forget the paddle with the holes drilled in it. I would just have some kind of giant ancient metal fan. Okay, why am I failing at this? There you go. Get out of here. Where am I going? So yeah, Pinterest is where I found this, because basically what I had searched for was, I think the generic phrase I had used was something like
Goth chicks.
Well, if you type that in Reddit, you're gonna have that's the toxic part of the internet you're gonna find.
You're gonna either have a good time or a bad time.
I just came across some random dudes. What's going on here? That's what happens when you look for goth chicks on Reddit. You come across random dudes.
That is so accurate, it hurts.
How would you know?
Oh, that's funny.
How would you know?
I'm just saying.
Yours okay. Now they're painting the picture of why you avoided the conversation.
No.
I got catfished. I didn't want to talk about it. Now I forgot what I was talking about again.
Sorry.
Who are all of you?
The diesel punk and all that.
Right. Yes. Where was I going to go from there?
Is there a particular one that drew you more than you feel like Steampunk would?
Well, that would be the diesel punk stuff, because it's essentially slightly. Because I've always talked about the Art Deco and my kind of Art Deco fascination.
Sure.
Which is very much what that is, because basically, if steampunk is Victorian, then diesel punk is sort of Edwardian.
Huh.
Turn of the century, basically from 1900 to like 1930. So that was very much the age of the Art Deco.
Well, almost
style.
like Great Gatsby vibes.
Yes. So imagine sci-fi Great Gatsby is what diesel punk is, and that's
I
interesting to me.
What were the other ones?
There's several. I think it's interesting because
That's Jesus.
I was about to say it's here's your denarii. I don't think Jesus would have been on the denarii.
No, he wouldn't have. I didn't want to waste it, so I just put Jesus on it.
Okay, here we go. We're making our way downtown.
Cobblestones are made of in heaven.
It's just coins with
with Jesus' face.
He did not finish.
I don't know that you have theological grounding, but I'm not gonna say anything. The thing I think is interesting is that they're always based on, as I said, the sort of prevailing technology of the time. So there was the kind of ray punk, which is, again, the one I also think is sort of bizarrely fascinating is the sort of 70s, 80s early computer age.
That's too close, I feel like, to me, interesting to me.
Well, not necessarily, because, like, the thing that fascinates me is the Alien Isolation game. There's a moment in it, towards the end, because that is very much of this age where it's like, yes, computers exist, but they're still beige and they still have CRT monitors and still have green text.
And
that
still
was it.
Take up an entire room.
Yeah, it's like that was it. And so there's a point in that game where you interact with the AI that controls the space station, and it's literally just a giant mainframe with a CRT monitor sticking out that you type text into and it will respond. And I'm like, that's just a fascinatingly anachronistic, like, yeah, we have artificial intelligence, but it's as boring as any other computer is. Like, that's just a fascinating, unusual split. So I can kind of get behind that. You could argue that Star Wars falls into that category. Loosely.
Yeah.
In that it's like, yes, computers exist, but they're not the interesting kind. It's like you've still got R2-D2 sticking the weird little rotary key into the computer slot.
They're
it's
actual computation.
It's very analog. Well, exactly. It was back in the day when all they did was computation. So you didn't have the kind of fancy graphics, because I think the modern day, which it's not even really retro-futuristic.
Artificial intelligence, what can it do? It can write its own equations.
Basically.
Okay.
Because the modern thing we're still in the age of is the sort of cyberpunk age, which is the sort of virtual internet-based
Yeah.
thing.
And
And that's not exactly, I mean, it's only retro in the sense that it began a couple, decades ago, but it's still the age we're in, because technology hasn't advanced beyond that yet.
As much as we act like
And I've
technology
never-
is advanced.
Yeah, well, I mean, it has, but it hasn't, not in any new way. It's all in that vein.
Well, it's
the
the-
digital, because even
What we've done,
the 70s,
we've put a bigger camera in it.
yeah, it's like the 70
and
era
we've made the
sci-fi.
screen smaller.
The 70 era sci-fi was still very analog,
Yeah.
whereas I missed one way back to the
There's
beginning.
parts of that though that I feel like returning to is actually more engaging. Like for instance, they're finding now, and there's a great many companies now that are applying this principle, which is that technology can be integrated into old school analog stuff and make it actually more interactive. Because as much as we
in
have
what
this,
way?
like for instance, Garmin, I know of particularly released. They used to be a company that dealt with like GPS stuff, but now they're releasing like watches and things. And rather than releasing, it's a smartwatch. What is
Grom.
he doing?
Grom the
You
Greedy?
are absolutely molesting Grom. Do you
Grom
see?
the Greedy.
Look at you.
He's heavily damaged by stealth. I think that's.
I think that you've heavily damaged his psyche.
That's
Look at that picture.
That is okay. You
Just
realize
let it happen, Grom.
You realize they all do that because that's a hint as to what makes them. That's a hit. They all have those kinds of things, because that's the hint.
They've all had that interaction.
Because that's the hint as to what will hurt them. That was saying stealth attacks do more damage to him. That was just a visualization
I'm sure
of
they
what a stealth attack would do. Because apparently we can't imagine that. Not that we don't have experience with it. That's a very bizarre.
But it's a watch it's a smartwatch, but it actually functions far more like an analog watch.
Well, it's like the fossil watches?
When you get a text, it literally moves the hands to a particular position. But it's not actually reading the text off to you, because the point is it's supposed to be an indicator, not an actual replacement for your phone.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I find that the integration into kind of the old school analog vibe is interesting. I'm not saying I would have one, because to me it's a little senseless, but at the same time I could see the draw of it, I suppose.
Well, because I think people are beginning to realize that this whole virtual digital nonsense we are in is actually not what we wanted from our technology.
Sure.
We wanted the real world to get better, not for just a fake world to be created for us.
Right.
I mean, that's because the Matrix is arguably the sort of prototypical cyberpunk concept.
Well, and I think that the scary thing is that is what's happened, is rather than us integrating technology into the real world. Going back,
the resurgence of analog, because I don't know that the distinction of digital versus analog is the correct one in this instance, but because digital stuff still, even these things are still probably digital rather than analog, but they're non-virtual.
Yeah.
We're going back to the okay, well, that was weird. We're using the technology to aid rather than to simply replace things.
Right.
And I think that that's probably the better status. Don't know why. I'm having trouble speaking. So anyways, you didn't have. I was hoping maybe you would have been more familiar with that, because I don't know if I can explain it. I
can get what you're saying. I don't know that I had ever interacted with that particular concept before that point, but I mean,
can I kill this fool?
I think it's interesting. Like, okay, so for instance, you did it in my style.
Ooh, and he turned green. No,
you get rewarded for brutality.
You found a fossilized turd.
But in my move away from technology to a degree, and I know the digital minimalism we've talked about before, but I have now made even further shifts to kind of the old school.
Where do you come from?
Not specifically analog, but just your own mechanical interactions with things. For the longest time. Well, I'll explain. For the longest time, I've been using like notes, for instance, on my iPad.
Oh, you go back to the physical.
And I finally actually went back to the notebook, and I'm like writing things down with pens and transferring all my notes from the digital to the. And the reason being,
turns out your teacher was right. You do remember things better.
Well, that's true. That is one thing that is very true. The other thing is, the reason I made the switch is I realized when I was growing up, and even nowadays, I have all these scraps of paper and various like notes and things like that of both my grandparents and my parents, of things that I know that they were thinking about and kind of sifting through. And I don't want my kids to miss that simply because I put everything into digital form. You know what I mean? Like, how boring is it to be like, this is what my dad was thinking about that day, versus actually being able to engage handwriting and physical kind of copy. There's something intimate about that almost.
Oh, okay. Who are you?
Do you not agree? I mean...
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes beyond that. I think even the concept, like, no one is going to happily look back on a DVD full of pictures.
Right, that's what I mean.
Because that's not how we interact with pictures, is in that form.
Right.
So the idea of that being how it is would be passed on, or a thumb drive, it's like that's the methods we have of storing and utilizing things aren't actually the methods that we would use them.
Right.
You look at old pictures because they were physical objects. Nobody passes on thumb drives full of pictures, despite the fact that that's the more efficient.
Right. And there comes a point, that's the point I'm getting at, is I've made the shift now, like I've started carrying my bag again.
Okay.
And I'm noticing that as I've made the shift back to more analog things, that's really what fascinated me with horology when I first got back into it, is like this idea of the old school mechanical principle of this works because I wind it in the morning and I make sure that it works and it's ready, and that's what it is. I mean, that's what it's supposed to do. It's like you have to, like my alarm clock that I use in my bedroom is a mechanical wind up, and you have to remember to wind it up every night, otherwise it will not be accurate because it will die. It's like there's something about that that's far more, I don't know if romantic's the right word, but it's just it's a more interactive, tangible, as much as technology, particularly the massive infrastructure of Apple and how much emphasis they put on this idea of, technology is going to interact with you and it's going to be so personal and up close. You're going, but you're missing elements, as you said.
My machine's dumb and unfriendly.
Right, that's what I mean. You're missing elements, like you said, of, people don't interact that way, though.
I hate, even back in the day when it was novel, when the Macs had the sort of, it wasn't really the virtual assistant concept, but it was like you could talk to it and give it commands and it would respond to the very basic. It was basically the proto-Siri that you could have. And I remember when we did that, it's like you could tell it to tell you a joke and it would tell you like a set of jokes that it had saved.
Right.
But the thing was, it was temperamental and it very rarely recognized what you were asking it to do correctly, which made it more frustrating than anything. But after you did it like a couple times, I never used it for anything because I hate talking to inanimate objects. Like maybe that's a weird thing with me. Because I mean, I admit it's not just like, I don't do it because I don't get it. It's like the last thing I want to do to an inanimate object is speak to it. And I don't know why I have that pet peeve, but it does. It's like I'm never going to ask my phone to call someone because I just don't get that. I'm not going to I'm not going to speak out a text I want it to transcribe and send. That is so far from I don't know. Is it a teleological thing, do you reckon? Because, I mean, there's something about speaking to an inanimate object. I'm just like, that's not what this is for. This is not, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Hi, okay, I'm just going to interrupt your garbage feast. Sorry.
But that's the point, is that there comes a point that there's certain interactions that your
Just moved over there.
your brain knows is just unnatural.
Go back, pal.
Like, to interact with the computer for the sake of logistics makes sense. But the minute, like, all these, I'll tell you what really is starting to bother me a lot is all this new technology that's supposed to be like, oh, your kids are struggling to, find friends and interact well. Have them interact with this robot and it'll help. It's like,
Now,
no, it won't.
I haven't seen this. You've referenced this more than once.
There's more than one of it now. Like there's kind of a wave of things going on, and it's like this idea of
What? No, stop it.
use this technology to teach your kids social skills. It's like, no, that actually will make it worse.
You're making it worse.
And so I very much agree with you. I think
Scrap
that
of
it's
paper. Ah,
We cannot claim to have built it.
What is? Okay.
architectural drawings. Not sure why we're seeing these.
I just
but
think that the more we get away from humans actually taking responsibility for their own actions,
Well, when's that ever going to come back?
well, you'd love it to. That's where the part of me that does kind of lean almost to the point of Luddite is the idea of
I love his little arm
even
waves.
even the actual most basic computers back when they were just strictly computing things for us. You go, well, then people stopped doing it.
Well, yeah, back in the day, it's like you couldn't waste much time on the internet because I suppose you could. You would waste certainly a lot of it because a lot of it you'd be sitting around doing nothing.
Right.
Waiting for the dial-up to run. It made it a more intentional thing where it's like if I wanted to do something, I had to set it ahead of time to start loading. Then I would do something else and come back by the time it was done. You couldn't just sit on it endlessly and have it constantly feed you new stuff.
Well, I think that was a good thing.
We're dangerously close to a soapbox again.
Yeah. No, I mean, just
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, he is. What'd you mean? Yeah, he is. Anyway, that's my take on it. Is that I think that
How do we get onto this though? Because we talked about an aesthetic thing, and now we're on to just technology in general.
Well, because you were talking about the whole steampunk thing, and I said that the
hi,
notion
guys.
to me is the minute that technology gets to a place where it's replacing something that is
What was that, pal?
by necessity human.
What is he doing?
He's giving.
Righteous!
He's
Is he
celebrating
Are you
and-
attempting to taunt them?
I
Oh, I guess he is. He's taunting them. How many times you gonna do it again, pal?
flexing his muscle at him. Look at that.
Well,
didn't even break a sweat.
Now he's self-conscious. He doesn't want to do it again. He's going. Oh, there you go. He's changing it up. You're weird. I think you're insecure, bro.
The minute that that technology replaces something that is innately human,
Well, that is
I think
why
that's
it's why the cyberpunk thing is like inevitably a dystopic
right.
thing.
Exactly.
I mean, the argument is that many of the other ones often could be. I think that's why the punk suffix gets attached to all of them. But not really.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I think the Jetsons is very much a utopian. That's also the Star Trek kind of
But
thing.
notice it still has interactions of humans being very normal. The family of the Jetsons is actually quite.
I actually don't know hardly anything about the Jetsons other than the style of it. I didn't watch it much at all.
Now, some
Who are
people may
you?
disagree with me on that.
He is... What new devilry? We got some newfangled devilry up in here!
Margaret, grab the biscuits.
Oh, he's
that guy's
possessed? The Witch King has possessed an orc?
What?
My father's blade.
How could you recognize that from there?
My orcs have your gender. Send out the ranger of the Black Gate to die at the hands of
Oh, we're gonna fight a guy.
and upon his defeat
I'm already dead, pal. I can't be killed again.
return.
Why is he glowing? That doesn't...
And all that is flesh shall suffer. I come for you, town of Gondor.
Well... That made no sense. She gonna go off and be angsty?
Uruks are incapable of mercy. But my father may already be dead.
Ignore their taunts. We mustn't allow them.
The Uruks love spectacle. If we can distract them in the arena, we can sneak into their camp and find my father.
Okay.
Can I ask this of you?
Wait.
No.
What? I'm already a human punching bag. Let's just...
Can I ask this of you? Actually, it's a little much, really.
You could just string me up, actually. I don't even need to fight him. I'm not gonna die. It's not like it could kill me again. I seriously don't think they draw enough attention to that fact. Like, it should just be, I am a giant meat sack. I'm a jolly meat sack boy.
Meat sack, what are you?
Like the champion's chances.
Okay.
He has size.
A useless hunk of processed beef.
Filled with ghostness. Wait, this is an orc? I thought this was a troll.
Screams for bloody spectacle.
That's a freaking orc?
Will give
Well, it has a name, and it says he's a commander.
Gigantic.
This is a troll. Ooh, ow.
He's huge.
Done gave me a...
This is Andre the Giant orc.
Oh, wait, stun Ologs. He's an Olog. He's halfway between an orc and a troll. I guess that's what they're saying. Hey, you guys. Ghost punch. Okay, this is surprisingly easy. Okay, so punch him once and then stab him up. Whoa! Merciful heavens. Woohoo! Oh, no, I wanted it. Oh, okay. I don't think I'm making that work as well. Okay, punch him. Stab him. Do something to him. He's close to death. Come on, guys. Ooh! Yikes! That went just...
I have failed
Whoop!
Dark Lord.
Let me just give you that. It wasn't even a castration. That was... I don't know what you'd call it, but I don't know. I don't want to know where that blade went. What? How are you not dead? I stabbed you straight up the urethra. He got his health back from that. How?
Well,
See, it's a blade catheter.
it's just a
There we
urology
go.
exam. You gave him a cystoscopy and called it a day.
Ooh.
Okay, now you're actually
Up his nose. I'm an ear, nose, and throat.
I was gonna say that was a lobotomy. That was like, let's find out.
Taunt
what's
the crowd.
going on
Are
in
you
your
not
brain.
entertained? How do I taunt the crowd? I'll lift up his skirt.
Manner of speaking.
I'm gonna dance for them. What am I gonna do?
Came into this arena.
I am literally gonna. Are you not entertained? I should take off the thing's skirt and wear it on my head.
And now everybody's charging him.
Oh, jolly! I gotta. Well,
No.
My mission is to survive. I can't possibly die. I have a ghost inhabiting me.
walking out of this arena, you hear me?
I don't have to walk out of this arena. I could ooze out of this arena and I would survive.
Bringing it.
You could squeeze me through the grates and I'd still live.
Haha, great.
What?
It's from
Aha!
Monsters Inc. It's a clever pun, and when the oozy green weird slug-like guy
Uh-oh.
sliding into a grate on.
There we go. This guy should be dead by now. I did that to him twice.
Okay. He needs to die, him and his weird
There we-
otaku-san, because he's got the weird Japanese
Is that a
crescent
Japanese
knives.
thing? Oh, does he?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. He's got
He
one
did.
sword.
No, watch. When you find him up
Elven
close.
Rage!
When, okay, well,
Got an
way to do
elven...
he's got an elven rager.
Well, I could shoot everyone in the crowd with that move. He's not dead! Now he will be.
When you do watch, when you do it up close, well, never mind. Unless you kill him.
Mozu.
Mozu the terribly sandaled.
Did you have something to say, orc? What? Am I out of shot? No, I wasn't.
No!
So why did it act like it?
You! I'm glad you made it.
Uncle Fester. Rash the chop? That's not even a sensible
Rash
phrase.
the chop.
The chop. What
Rush
what is the chop? Like, that doesn't make sense. Okay. He wants to
He just showed you. Rash the chop. That's what it means.
rush the chops. Rash the chop.
Sit yourself down, man flesh.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's why they're always Cockney, is because if not, they would sound a little bit thug.
Now smoke this PCP.
What's that from again?
Oh,
that was
last week.
That was okay. I thought that was Inside Job, but I was.
Who's throwing things? I don't like fighting this many of you at once. I won't be bridal carried. What am I doing to the X? There you go. I don't know what I did to him, but I did so. Okay, you're rude. You don't. What? Okay, it didn't even give me the option.
He just double axed you in the chest.
Why are you here? And why does she communicate with me telepathically when I'm already dead? Well, now it's your turn.
That's the only way she can communicate with you. She doesn't have the ranger to play games with anymore.
I don't have a skull. Her bones. Oh boy, well.
Make a move, Ranger Games.
Well, if anything, he seems to be the one wanting to make the moves. The ghost is preventing us from making moves. Alrighty, well.
Fight him.
Are you gonna have to fight the big guy again, or are you gonna start straight from whatever his name is?
I'm gonna...
Looks like you're starting straight from whatever his name is. Well, that's
I'm
one
just-
way. Oh, double axe McGee. So you gotta build up your elven rage. You need some testosterone. Okay, you can't go that ham on one guy. You're taking up too much time here. Whoa!
Unless I kick that
That was
guy
a
away
boot.
and say, hey, guess what?
Boot him off
I'm
screen.
busy right now shanking your friend, so back up.
I don't think stun savages. That's awfully racist of you, game. Savages? I mean, I suppose that's what they are. Orcs being, why? You gotta smash it! Oh boy. Well, I don't think any topics are gonna survive this. I don't like that weird tackle carry. Okay. His axe is. Smash it! You're not gonna make it! Whoa, that was close. Alrighty, well, how many of these are we gonna have to do? Well, okay, I don't think the head-on confrontation's gonna work.
Well,
He's got a.
He's showing me why he's Rash the Chop.
Is that him? I thought we killed Rash the Chop. Well, I mean, you're just slowly working your way down his health bar. That'll do something. Whoop. Continue to do the gymnastics. Well, this is a little bit too dynamic to discuss anything. I feel like I need to get some sports commentation. Not when you got big orc guys. When you got smash the chop, that's the best kind of chop.
When you got smash the rash, thrashing your mash.
The rash chopping, the smash chopping. What is he doing?
He's not giving me options. She just appeared. Guess what?
You're dead. He committed an act on you. We couldn't even.
You failed again, Ranger.
Okay, I don't want to mash the chop. Mash the chop.
The mash ringing flash.
And he starts chopping on the rash. Oh my. Well. I don't think it's getting any better from here. All right, fellas. Hey, get the parked cars out the way, everybody.
I can smell you.
I will murder your face. Bonk. No, come on. Get your goons out of me face. I don't want to deal with them.
Not to be confused with boons.
Who's boons? Your boons. Get away. In your nude. Oh, no, you won't.
He just charges you. This guy's awesome.
No, he's not. Don't cheer for the enemy. Okay, rude.
I think I understand why it's called Rash the Chop now.
Okay, this worked for you when you did the over the head. I should have a concussion for all of that. Again, I guess my brain is actually mostly mush at this point.
I think you're basically a pile of atrophied muscles.
And a bag of skin. No, let me chop his butt. Not anyone else's butt, his exclusively.
It's astounding that rigor mortis hasn't said it yet.
Well, arguably.
He's just walking around like this.
Perhaps that's all that I'm doing. Perhaps that's in fact the excuse for everything.
That's why Shelob's so interested, though.
Oh boy! The human body can never get more stiff.
Oh dear. There you go.
That wasn't him.
Beheaded.
No,
Oh,
no, 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 no. Stop
He
it.
really likes this MMA ground and pound style here.
Well, I don't know. It's okay. So I have to press
I
B.
pushed B. Yeah, I
Okay,
did that
well you did.
part quite a few
That's
times.
dumb though, because that's.
You just ran away.
I don't like dealing with all of you and your nonsense cronies. Out of focus. Need ammo. Need ammo. Hi. I'm gonna hide behind this pillar, shooting all your friends. He's enraged. Well, that's not good. Curse him. That's good.
Maybe too highbrow for this crowd's taste.
Okay, he's very much enraged. He's very ragey. I don't like raging things that are raging towards me. Okay. Is this the first one? Do I get a chance? Oh, he's angry. He's so angry. Okay.
Where is his health bar?
He's actually close to death.
How do you know?
Because his health bar is invisible to me. Yay! Shot! Shot! Get me now! I need a break, guys. Kuga eye gouger. Well, now I know his trick. Don't let him get near the face. He's got a jawbone.
He's also got a Hakamo.
No, he doesn't.
He does. It's on either side.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah. To my understanding, a mohawk is the middle, and then a Hakamo is on either side.
I think that is not accurate because
Are you sure?
Well, because that's just the same word rearranged.
I remember every fight we've had. Right back to the...
I don't remember you at all.
This crowd doesn't know you the way I do.
What?
Even so, they'll love watching me kill you. They'll probably want to look away from what I do after, though.
Ew. I don't like you at all.
So you're a necrophile. Keep your feels to yourself.
Well, we certainly know I want to keep him away from the face. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He moves. What? Who are you? No, not today. I don't like that he just gets to keep up after
Called
that.
eye gouger, but not for the reason you think.
Okay, that was not at all where that needed to go. Oh, Ronk, save us! It's getting worse.
You took it there, not me.
Oh boy.
Oh, Ronk is a friend of many.
Ronk is cleansing us from the tide of filth. Okay, well.
All right, back to hostility.
There's the line again. So it seems that this crowd of orcs that's in here is going to stay. They're not like gonna reset every time. So.
Oh, he's got the weird chain whips.
Of course he would,
Sticks and
because
stones would
chains
break
and
his
whips
bones.
certainly excite him.
Put an arrow through his eye socket.
There you go. I can gouge eyes too. 2 of them, by the way. I can gouge. By that I mean both of your eyes. Punch you in the face. Oh, hey, spank him! Spank him with a hammer. I don't think that's spanking at that point, but that might be called abuse.
Called tearing someone a new one, literally.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Glaives! Wayababa!
No, I don't need a new one.
Okay. That's what I need to remember is to build up the combo.
Where's the little ghost daggers that you could throw just to be a nuisance?
Well, but I don't think that's
appreciate
going to help
those.
me much.
It does, though, because it keeps the cronies off.
Well, the cronies actually are how I build my combos, because that is what's going to help me be able to do more damage to these kinds of guys. Oh, well, except when they ruin my combo. Come on! This is just... He rolls around too much. In your noodle. Not that one, the other one. I'm gonna sock you in the Adam's apple. And then spank you with a hammer. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Ground
Said he
pound.
wants to hit you with a rake.
Okay, come on. Get me out of here. Get me out of here.
Who's your mama? I'm your daddy. Let's get out of here.
Oh boy, oh boy. No! Well, your turn with Eye Gouge McGee.
Can you see, Ranger? Oh, it's just getting worse.